A young woman gets ready to go out on a date. She reaches the club, and a mysterious man removes his wedding ring and comes to meet her. They have a good date, and he goes to leave her at her place. She gets inside, but unknown to her, the man follows. He then gets inside and stabs her to death. The city is on high alert as women who are going out on dates from dating apps are being killed. Eva is celebrating her birthday with her friends, although she is not in a good mood as she has been dumped from an 8-year-long relationship. Her friend Kelly is obsessed with getting married and says that she will meet her husband this year. One friend suggests going on dating apps, but the other one asks her not to, as a serial killer is lurking in the city and killing women. They follow a podcast religiously where it's revealed that 6 women have already been murdered. Kelly keeps on getting drunk and throws up everywhere. Eva gets back home while listening to the podcast, where it's revealed that there was no sign of forced entry, implying that the victim let them in. She starts to look at her ex-boyfriend Jake's picture and thinks of calling him when suddenly someone tries to open her door. She hides behind the door, and a person covered in black clothes comes inside. She jumps on the person, and they both fall, but turns out it's Valerie, her sister. She has come to wish Eva a birthday and gives her a card, but inside there is a number for the security system. She is extremely worried about her sister's safety as she stays alone, but Eva refuses it. She is still not over Jake and says that one day he will realize what he has lost. That is when Valerie breaks the news that Jake is already engaged to a girl from his team. Eva is shocked to learn that he moved on from a decade-long relationship so quickly, and it's because of him that she has missed out on many adventures. But that's when a plan comes to her mind, and she calls one of her friends. Together they make her online dating profile and start to talk to guys. Although she is scared, she soon gets comfortable. But all she gets are creepy guys. She even meets a guy from her school called Kyle. Tired, she turns it off. But just at that moment, a guy called Mitch matches with her, and they start to chat. She is going to meet him, and on the way, she is listening to the podcast. They mention that the killer has expertise in forensics, as he does not leave behind any trace. And he leaves a bottle of rosé at everyone's house. She reaches the restaurant, and it turns out that it's his. While talking, she notices that he does not have fingerprints. He says that he burnt it while cooking. As they start to get intimate, someone screams, "No!" It is Valerie, and she says that she has put a tracker on her phone and is following her. They start to argue, and Mitch comes there. She asks Valerie to go home and takes Mitch back to her place. She asks Mitch to leave as she does not want to get serious so soon. After he leaves, she lets Valerie know that he is not a killer. The next morning, someone knocks on the door, and she goes to open it.
She sees a really handsome guy who introduces himself as Norman, the security cam installer. He has come to install the cam, and they start to chat, and Eva seems to be really interested. He tells her that he is studying forensics. They start to flirt, and before leaving, he asks her out, to which she agrees. She is talking to Kelly about her dates, but she asks her if Mitch is marriage material, which baffles her. To make it worse, she comes out wearing her wedding dress and says Eva could wear her wedding dress if she wants to. They start to chat, and she asks Kelly if she remembers someone named Kyle who went to school with them, and she says yes. She meets Kyle in a bar. They start to chat, but he is weird, which puts her off. When it comes to ordering, he orders a bottle of rosé, which concerns her. After dinner, he asks her to go to his place, but she disagrees. He tries to persuade her again, but she is stern. She goes back home with Mitch, and they start to make out. But messages start to blow up her phone. It's Valerie, and she confirms that there is a discovery that the murderer does not have fingerprints, which reminds her of Mitch. She asks Valerie to go out the next evening so they can discuss it. The next evening, they are at a diner, and Valerie is being obnoxious. She drinks and takes Kelly's phone to click pictures, which embarrasses everyone. Everyone starts to talk about Eva's dating life. Kelly keeps on forcing her to date Kyle as he is marriage material. One of his friends comes up with a plan to play marry and kill with his matches. As they are talking, news comes that the killer has murdered another girl, and the discovery is that he wears size 10 shoes. Valerie is concerned about her, and Eva says that she will go out to all 3 guys again and figure out if any of them are the killer by matching their shoe sizes. She goes to meet Mitch and starts to make out, but Mitch says that they should have dinner and chat. She agrees, and they start to chat. While talking, she mentions that she has been seeing other guys, which upsets Mitch. But he recovered from that. She starts to get ready, but suddenly notices his shoes, which are a size 10. She freaks out and gets ready to leave, but Mitch comes out with a knife. Mitch asks her if she is using him. She says no and runs away. She tells her friends that Mitch is dangerous. She goes on a date with Kyle at a park. He has arranged a picnic, which impresses her. The date is going good, but he is very awkward. Things get worse, as there is a guy playing guitar, which disturbs them. He suddenly gets up and throws away the guy's guitar. Meanwhile, she notices that his shoes are size 10, which again freaks her out, and she runs away from the date. While getting back, a random guy starts to follow her. She runs and bumps into Kelly. The guy says that he was trying to return her AirPods that she dropped. He leaves, and Kelly tells her that she was feeling worried about her, and that's why she followed. She also says that she has started to feel disconnected from her after her breakup. But Eva is not up for the conversation and leaves. The next morning, she gets ready and listens to the podcast. Kit's revealed that the killer could be anybody.
Eva starts to think of all the guys, but her bell rings. Norman has come to pick her up. She goes to get ready, and meanwhile, Norman fixes the door cam. They go to her friend's stand-up show. She calls him up to be a part of a joke, but he suddenly manhandles her as a joke, which freaks everyone out. After that, they have dinner and start to chat. She asks her about why he wants to study forensics, to which he says that it's out of curiosity. They are about to kiss, but his phone rings. He picks up the call and suddenly leaves the date, saying his sister is in trouble. She then meets Kelly's husband Brad there, but to her surprise, he says that they have been operated on for a while after he cheated on her. She then meets her friend and tells her how Norman left, and her friend suggests she follow him.
Both of them start to follow him and they reach a house. Norman gets in there and they hear some commotion. They freak out and her friend suggests calling the cops, but Eva says that they do not have enough evidence. He then comes out of the house with 2 black bags and puts them in the car. They believe it's the victim's body parts. After he leaves, they break into the house, but to their shock, there is a woman in a wheelchair. She said that her brother came to her house to help her pick up the trash. They get embarrassed and leave. Back at her car, she gets a call from Norman and goes to meet him at his place. He apologizes for bailing out on the date and says that his sister needs him. Things get steamy between them, and they go to his bedroom. She sees a size 10 shoe there and also finds a heel in his room and asks him about it. He says that it's his sister, but she says how can his sister wear a heel if she is handicapped? It raises suspicion in him, as he never told her about his sister's illness. They get into an argument and she leaves from there. While going out, she drops her bag on the road. A woman comes to help her and then goes towards Norman's house. The next morning, she hears the news about a woman being murdered where Norman lives. She Googles the news and sees that it's the same woman she met last night. It gets cemented in her mind that Norman is the killer. She meets Valerie the next day and they start to dig into Norman's past. They find out that his parents were murdered in a home invasion when he was young and it left his sister paralyzed. They believe that is the reason he became a killer. They decide to go to the cops. She is at the police station when she receives a message from Kyle apologizing about everything, which melts her heart. Unfortunately, Jake comes to assist her and despite being married, keeps on flirting with her. He says that every woman in the town believes that their date is a serial killer, and to his dismay, she says the same thing as well. She gives him all the details, but he refuses to believe anything and says he needs better evidence before putting a case on him. He also reveals that the killer is leaving a heel with the dead bodies as a memento. She remembers the shoe she saw at Norman Place. She said that she would meet Norman and get his DNA. Jake tries to stop her, but she leaves. While returning home, she is confronted by Mitch outside her house with a bouquet. He says that he wants to be serious with her, but she says that she is not ready and flees from there. She reaches Norman's house, apologizes, tells him that she left her earring there. She runs to his bedroom and hides an earring there. She also finds a heel there and puts it in her bag. Norman comes up and she starts to make out with him. While doing it, she rips some of his hair out and also runs away from there. She takes all the evidence to the cops. She hands it to Jake, and he tells her that she should stay somewhere else as Norman installed the security and he has access to her house. She calls all her friends, but no one picks up. She goes back to her house but finds Norman there. She starts to scream in fear. Norman says he just wants to talk, but seeing her hysterical, he leaves. Having no other way, she goes to Kyle's house for the time being. At his place, they start to talk about Norman, but he still behaves creepy and she decides to take a shower. She sees a size 10 show there as well and avoids it. She finds antidepressants in there. On the other hand, Valerie calls Kelly and tells her Eva is in trouble. She says that Kyle is not his real identity, and he is a random guy who faked his identity. Eva joins the call as well and gets scared to death. At that moment, Kyle comes there and takes away her phone. He suddenly starts to get aggressive and forces himself on her, but she kicks him in his crotch and runs away. But before she can flee, he gets a hold of her. Kelly comes there out of nowhere and stabs him. She then asks Eva to wait outside as she cleans all the evidence. Eva gets back in her car but finds multiple phones with dating apps on them. She gets back inside and asks Kelly about it. She says that she does not know what Eva is talking about and says that she found heels in his room. But Eva says that she already went to his room, but the heels were not there before. She finally gives in and says that she found her husband cheating on her. She then followed them, and she was the one who killed the first woman. After that, she went on a hunt to kill girls who dated married men to save marriages. She plans to pin all this on Kyle, but Eva disagrees. She then lunges with a knife on her, but Eva stabs her with the heel. Soon the cops come there. She is talking to Jake, who reveals that Valerie had installed a tracker on Kelly's phone, and that's why they were able to get a hold of her. All her friends then come there to take her away. The next morning, she goes to Norman's place to apologize. He soon forgives her, and they kiss. So this was the recap for the 2024 movie F, Marry, Kill. For a movie recap like this, please subscribe to the channel. And if you like this, you may also like this.